What a miracle! You can take me now! I have seen it all!
The absolute game of the round. I don't care if you're a Rooster supporter like myself, you're a Cowboy supporter like Baxter. This is the game that has all the neutrals licking their lips. It's an absolute blockbuster. It's the Penrith Panthers at the foot of the mountain at home taking on the Cronulla Sharks of Nicho Hynes. I look at this lineup. Obviously, you're welcoming back Stephen Crichton, Brian To'o, Jerome Luai, Nathan Cleary, Api Coruscant. Who am I missing? Isaiah Yo. Is there anyone else I'm missing? Who am I missing from that returning? There's a lot of them.
There's like 7 or 8 of them, so you could name
Obviously,
5 of them.
They do welcome back a lot of experience. They are fresh off a win against the Tigers with their youth. For me, it's Nathan Cleary, Luai. They've got to step up. There's a lot of hate going on these boys that they cost the New South Wales Blues the Origin series. They didn't step up, yada, yada, yada. Stephen Crichton, he threw that pass that is probably the most memorable pass of Origin. It's probably going to get shown every time we play at Suncorp for the next 50, 60 years. So I'm expecting a big game. I'm expecting Penrith to get the result, but we will get into my prediction a little bit later. But I am looking at that 4, 6, and 7 to really step up and control this game. What are your thoughts on this Penrith side?
Yeah, it's going to be a cracking game, 5:30, which, you watch. For me, it's Super Saturday. You sit down on the couch with a 6-pack and you just watch game after game. You're going to watch this game at 5:30. And as you said, it's at Penrith, so I'm going to have to back this Penrith team to get the win. But if there's a player I'm picking out, it's that man in the back line, in the second row. Viliame Kikau. The man's on the fire. He's on a rampage. He's out for blood. I believe he will inspire this team to get them the win.
Yeah, and obviously, like you said, that Kikau, he has been informed. He is off to the Bulldogs next year. So what an absolute signing he has the potential to be. But probably one of the signings of the season lines up against this team, and it is for the Cronulla Sharks. Nicho Hynes lines up, but that's not what I'm looking at here. I'm looking at that return of Talakai. He's back into the centres after a late withdrawal last week. A massive loss being Katoa. I guess for me, it's a great squad. It's a great squad on paper. They did go up to the Cowboys. They knocked them off. Fitzgibbon has this team really well drilled when it comes to defense, but how big of a loss, obviously, is he to this squad? And what do you think? Who do you think stands up here? Who's the next man to step up here?
Yeah, it's a big loss for the Sharks here. Katoa was a great player and will be dearly missed going into these finals football. First time for Craig Fitzgibbon for the Sharks. Look, it's the man. He's playing lock for the Sharks. It's Dale Funakane who's going to lead the way and pave this great win for the Cronulla Sharks. But if you want my prediction, it is at Penrith, the foot of the mountains. They are usually strong at home. They've only been beaten once by Parramatta this year. I'm going to have to go Penrith 1-12, and it's going to be if I could change it, I'm going to go actually 1-6. It's going to be a really, really tight game.
So you're going Penrith 1-6.
Yeah.
If this was any other game and it wasn't after Origin, now I know it has been a week. There has been a game in between, but obviously a lot of the stars from Penrith didn't play. I'm looking here for Nicho Hynes to stand up. I'm looking for Matty Moylan to stand up. Talakai needs to be a wrecking ball. He needs to really show that the poor performance from Origin was a one-off, and he's going to come in and hit the ground running. Excuse me. I'm going to go Penrith 1-12. I think it's going to be closer to that 12, and it wouldn't surprise me if it does tip over to that 13 plus, purely given to where this game is getting played. And I think if it was at Shark Park, it's a toss of a coin. Being at Penrith, I'm going to give them the advantage and say that they do get across the line. But we will find out. It is a 5:30 game, perfect kickoff on a Saturday. And you know what? I may have called it the game of the round, but we are about to preview after this the Souths versus the Melbourne Storm, which could potentially be an absolute cracker as well. But Baxter, thank you for joining me, and we will be back with that 7:30 kickoff very shortly.